Okay, so in this one, MK is going to show you how the film that they released to the public is is a trash pile, basically, compared to what the original film looks like. Now, what's the purpose of releasing a degraded film? I mean, is there things on there that they don't want people to see, namely the subject involved? Um, and a few other things that's going on in the film. You know, they didn't want a film that people could see everything that's going on in the film. In my opinion, they didn't want that released out there. You know, this would have been the biggest discovery in modern history that they released a degraded film. Odd. Here we go.
Been out of town for a few days. It's good to be back home. Let's going over a few items from the Patterson film, and as always, they always are interesting. And I want to just kind of share those with you a little bit here. Let me turn this thing around. Okay, here we go. This is a lesser quality frame from the film. Just take a good look at it. That's the same frame that's higher quality. You get my drift on this. It's stuff like this is what people have been judging the film by. And it's kind of sad. Because this right here has been available the whole time, down through the years, but not released. And you have to ask yourself why. Why would they hold on to these frames and not release them and instead publish frames like this? Well, you know, it's just good questions. It hasn't really served the film to do this. Even in the high quality frames like this right here, they start out like, let me find it. They start out like this, monotoned. And I don't believe personally that that's any accident or any thing that needs or has to be accepted about the film, that they be monotone like this. If you hold on here. That's that same frame. Been working on it. Still got some adjustments to do to it. But much closer to the original. A little overexposed there on the sandbar, but not monotoned. If you go to some of the older publications, such as John Green's On the Track of Sasquatch, you'll see a completely black silhouette. There's no detail. And I happen to know that at the time that he published that, he had in his possession the original film with stuff that was actually in excess of this right here in quality. But he did not publish them. All you got was a silhouette. And like I said, that hasn't served the film at all. Look at this right here. Let's go back to a lower quality. That's it. That's it right there. Oh my goodness. These computers. You can see some of these things. You can see some of the details, even in the lower quality ones. You can see that the face has changed expressions. You can see some of the worn places like that right there. But my goodness, they pop over here. Look carefully because you might see some teeth. The lips are not quite closed. Kind of look back up in there. What a muscle. Well, that's all I wanted to show. Some of the differences. The frustrations that involved the film has been, among other things, that most people have judged the film based upon these frames. It was not Ektachrome, Bruce. It was Kodachrome 2. Kodachrome 2. There was probably just one film that was better, and that was Technicolor. Kodachrome 2 was a very high grade of film and very durable. It didn't fade. It didn't deteriorate. It lasts years and years and years without degradation. Now, copies like this right here could be Ektachrome. Let's go look at this right here. See this stump there? Look at the difference. Yeah, I just wanted to share that with you. Let's see here. Well, I guess I must have closed out. Hold on here. Just several of these frames that I've got in a folder. Look at that. Look at that muscle right there. The muscles on the back. We just look at this guy. And so it goes. And I continue to work on them and try to restore color, looking for the correct balance. Just to get rid of the monotone, the blue tint that was added to it. What the blue tint did was to create a more homogeneous skin texture. In other words, it's harder to see the difference between the skin and the hair. It looks as if it has more hair coverage than it actually has. The actual subject has very lightly haired over. Mostly it's got some heavier hair in places. Across the back of the shoulders, it's pretty heavy. And on the front of the arms, it's pretty heavy, but in patchiness. Along the flanks there, under the arm, where it swings, it's very, very thin and light. See a lot of skin there. But if I took a highlighter and highlighted it blue, which is essentially what was done, not a physical highlighter, but using glass filters, well then, you can't tell the difference between the skin and the hair or any of that. So it's back at least where you can tell the difference. Ooh. That's just a very clear picture. Very little chin. The chin slopes steeply backward. That's not to say that proves anything, but it does say that she's in a category where not so many modern people are. There's probably some people born that way, because mankind in general is a very, very diverse family, and there are examples of nearly everything, but there's not a lot of people who have this type of chin. See, the lips are right there, and it just goes straight on back. Okay, well, that's all I have to say today about this. There's more more I'm working on. Hang tight. We got quite a few of these that are from the original film and that are of higher quality. So you folks have a great day. I'm still kind of wasted from my long trip, but I really enjoyed it. I got to see my grandchildren. Of course, when you get back, you're always behind, and I'm behind, and I'm tired, so I'm going to let you folks go. But it helps if you're a Bigfoot aficionado to get a little bit of a Patterson fix every now and then, and this is definitely eye candy. You have a great day.
You can really tell the man enjoys the film. Like I was saying, guys, I've got a lot of these videos saved. All these are ones that I'm pretty sure we haven't been through yet. But we'll work on it. We'll watch this next one, or part of it, to make sure that we haven't seen it on here before. I don't want to do the same video a couple of times. But that's a big possibility that it might happen. If it does, we'll fix it later. But there's a lot of information on these. And again, go to Greenwave FB. No, Greenwave 2010 FB, I think what it is. And on YouTube and the Davis Report. And there's a lot of information on that too. And there's a lot of information out there. I mean, this is just the beginning. We're going to get all this out of the way. Then we're going to work on a couple different angles. You know, I done shared one of Bob's response videos. Some people sent me some links to some other stuff that I haven't had a chance to watch yet, but I will. So there's a lot of information to process here. Again, you know, this is I'm just putting out information. It's up to you to decide what's right, what's wrong, what don't sound right. Uh, that's all. It's just information. It's just evidence. Up to you. All right. We'll see if we can find another one tonight. Come back.